Welcome everyone, my name is ActionPacked and this is Wishlist Wednesday's episode 8. This is where we discuss ideas for Treyarchs' next Call of Duty game, of course the zombies portion. Within this video we are going to discuss your trap ideas, but first, if you're new to the series, I strongly advise checking the description for more details such as the schedule and how it all works. This way you can engage and actually participate in the videos and have a little more fun with it. But anyways, diving right in, here are your trap ideas. Starting with idea number 7, we have Zapdos49, and he says he would enjoy having a trap that involves boulders crashing down and crushing zombies into pieces. Now this is a fairly short idea, it's only a sentence long, but it is very effective and I like it. I think this would be perfect for a map that involves a volcano, an unstable environment, maybe just an area with constant earthquakes. This could even be like a timed idea, or I should say like a timed concept where maybe only certain times during the playthrough of a map you could activate this trap, such as maybe every 5 minutes for like 30 seconds there's an earthquake and you can only activate this trap during the earthquake. I think something like that would be pretty interesting. At idea number 6, we have Ismail Isa, and they say, imagine a room that has a door at each end and the trap switches are just outside those doors, and when activated, it will automatically shut and the walls of the room will get tighter and tighter until it crushes everything inside. And to activate the trap, it would cost 1,000 points, and that concludes the idea. Now, I think it would be pretty sweet to have this in a grief mode map. For instance, you could have this room in the very center of a map. You could have it dividing two different spawns so that when your team spawns in, you would be more tempted to stay on that side of the room. And I think altogether, if you had, say, Juggernaut embedded in a wall within the room, of course people are going to try to get in there so that they can live longer. And if you have someone from, say, each team kind of monitoring the room as like a strategy, oh my gosh, it would be amazing. There would be some really interesting gameplay to come out of this. You would just see, you know, at round 5 or round 4, when people have enough to buy jugs or whatever, they start running there, a bunch of people go there, and then who knows, some guy just hits the switch and then a bunch of people die, and then it just makes the gameplay a lot more fast and it makes it a lot more interesting because it has that grief aspect to it. But anyways, with idea number 5, we have Mega Raffle Bomb, and he says a simple but cool idea would be a blast room that you could activate and it would shut a door, leaving these zombies or players stuck inside. After a few seconds, flamethrowers would burn everything in the room. If you're a player stuck in there, you could go prone to avoid the flames. However, this trap would not kill crawlers and have a small chance at causing a zombie to turn into the fire zombie from Transit or even the napalm zombie. At idea number 4, we have Christian Swag Rero, another veteran commenter, and he says that this idea goes along with his map idea he made a while back called the Big Step Back. And if you guys want to see that idea in the video that I made a couple weeks ago, I will have the link on screen for the rest of the video. So he says this would take place in a lab area where there's experiments and sciencey stuff going on. In the lab there would be cages scattered around the map, and there would be bosses in these cages from World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2, and they're all sleeping in these cages. On a certain level of the game, say level 15, you get to open one of the cages when you really need it. And the first cage you may open may be the Hellhound cage, since the Hellhounds aren't really that strong. And he says that these Hellhounds would be able to block an entrance of the map, and it would basically act as an ally. The Hellhound could die if it gets hit a certain amount of times. The other bosses kind of act the same way. The Hellhound, although, would cost 3,000 points because it's really not that strong, and the price is different for all the bosses that can help you. Additionally, a few details include you can't make your ally boss fight the boss on that map. The last boss that you can purchase is the boss from the map Origins. You can get every boss to fight for you, but you have to wait until round 50. These trap bosses can start from level 15, and every 5 rounds after that the bosses can wake up. This will be called Ally Up. Now this idea is really creative. I like the fact that it has pretty much all the bosses from zombies within one map and you can use them as allies. Kind of gives a nod to the previous zombie games. And another cool thing about these traps is that the bosses seem to span in the timeline from the beginning of zombies to the end of Origins. So I think that's pretty cool, and let me know what you guys think about that idea. For idea number 3, we have Ivan Kalufa, and he says he has a hellhole idea that would cost 2,000 points. What it does is it opens up a hole in the floor that is a portal to hell, and the zombies trying to get to you will fall in it. When they fall into the hole, you'll hear terrifying screams come out of it, and sometimes zombies will even grab a side of the hole trying to get out. When that happens, if a player doesn't kill that zombie within 4 seconds, the zombie would come out of the hole, it would be on fire, have less than half its health, and of course it would try to attack the player. For this idea, I just want to throw out there, I think it would have been really cool to go along with the map of Mob of the Dead. Just imagine this trap along with that map. I think it would really just enrich the gameplay so much more, and if there were ever to be a kind of dark and creepy or even hellish type map to have in the future, I think this idea would be perfect for that. In spot number 2, we have Metalik OG, and he says his idea is called Blue Meta, and it costs 3,000 points. The trap would look like a bright blue bouncing Betty that shoots a blue beam into the sky, attracting zombies, and when the zombies get close, it would actually shoot the zombies up into the sky at a very fast rate. In about 7 seconds, the trap will shoot itself into the sky, exploding into a very large blue color, causing the sky to rain zombie blood, hands, feet, and etc. And adding on to this idea, it says that the blue meta could only take place outdoors. Expanding on this excellent idea, I think it would be more appropriate to have 30 seconds instead of, say, 7 seconds, because imagine you just activate a trap and then it's done after 7 seconds. I mean, this is a really cool idea, and I think it would be really effective as well, but 7 seconds for a trap is still kind of short, so maybe like 20 seconds or 30 seconds even would be pretty ideal. And on top of that, I think this idea would literally be one of the most fun traps ever, and that's why I put it so close to the number 1 spot. It would be really fun just to see it rain zombie blood, hands, feet, heads, etc. And even if one of the heads were like a pop scare as it was coming down and like fell right in front of your face, I personally would think that'd be pretty cool. In the number 1 position, we have Mehmed Izvakovic, and he says it would be really good to have a buildable fake perk machine, mystery box, and pack-a-punch. And he says this would have a huge impact on new players. Now, I completely agree with everything here. I think it would be a great idea. I think that out of pretty much all the ideas I've ever discussed, I think this one is very, very high on the list of ideas that I would personally want in the game, at least for grief mode. I think this would be really cool to have. Just imagining going into a game as a new player, or even having the thought of a new player coming into your game trying to hit up a juggernaut that's not actually a juggernaut. Instead, it's like, you know, a trap that would, you know, trap the player in that location and they wouldn't be able to move, or something like a mystery box would be right next to another mystery box. One of them's real, one of them's not, and then a player opens up the fake one and a bunch of zombies swarm out. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity with this idea and the traps that could be involved, and I think it'd be really sweet to have it. So, let me know what you guys think about the ideas within this video down in the comments, and if you guys are interested in being featured in the next episode, which would be episode 9, then list your smart AI ideas down in the comments below. Now, just elaborating on this and what you have to leave down in the comments, I'm talking about the zombies themselves, like the way that they think and the mechanics that they have. What kind of ideas and concepts that you can incorporate into the game to make them smarter and make the game a little more challenging and more interesting. So what can you do to make them smarter AI is what I'm talking about. So leave those ideas down in the comments below, and just a heads up, there's going to be a special guest hosting the next episode, so just a heads up for you there. And if you guys are interested in supporting the series, you can drop a like and a favorite on this video, and if you want to even go as far as letting the developers of the next Call of Duty game know about these ideas, you can even tweet at them with the link down in the description. It's very easy. All you have to do is click the link, click tweet, and you're done. So that's a very easy way to get these ideas into the game, or at least get the developers to see these ideas, and maybe they'll inspire them or spark an idea in their mind to put something like that in the game. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I really enjoy that you guys actually watched this far into the video. It really, really is awesome. So thank you guys for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.